We're checking in with ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter. It's a historic draft, and it looks like it's going to be an unprecedented broadcast with ESPN and NFL Network merging. What should fans expect? What should they look forward to?
Well, what I would say, Phil, is it's probably not going to be as clean of a production as it normally is, because usually you have people all together. And if Trey Wingo, the host of the draft, is talking, he could see me waving to him, saying, hey, come to me after this, I got some news or something like that. But now I'm on remote, and everybody's on remote. Noel Kiper's on remote, Todd McShay's on remote, Louis Riddick's on remote, everybody's on remote. So you have that as a change. You have the NFL Network people, Kurt Warner, Michael Irvin, Daniel Jeremiah to mix into the production. That makes it a more complicated situation. And then you've got every head coach, GM, pro personnel director in their own homes. So from my own selfish standpoint, if I'm calling someone from the Broncos, maybe I call somebody who's in the room. I say, hey, are they trading the pick? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, they all are. Well, guess what? It really comes down to John Elway in his house, and he's not big on the phone, so you're not texting him. Well, Vic Fangio's in his house, or Matt Russell's in his house, right? So it's like, well, they might be on the phone. The information might not flow in real time as much as it ordinarily would, because everybody's busy, and everybody's in a unique, different situation. So there are challenges, and they pale in comparison to challenges that the rest of the world is facing, especially those people on the front lines, the doctors, nurses, healthcare workers. But these are our challenges for this draft, as it is.
It's been reported that you guys won't be tipping picks this year. Is that going to be tough for you?
I've never done that. ESPN's always asked that. I got no issues with that. That's what they want. They want the draft to be theater and drama, and that's fine. It's a TV show. It's a TV production, and sometimes I could, if I wanted, kind of walk the drama, and other times I don't know it. I'm as surprised as anybody else.
Turning our attention to the Broncos, earlier this week, it was reported that the Broncos were interested in maybe trading up for an offensive lineman. Have you heard any truth to those rumors?
The one thing with Denver is, I can tell you this, it always goes through a lot of different thoughts. So even if today, as we record this, they were on the idea of trading him for an offensive lineman, that I can tell you that wouldn't mean that next Wednesday that's where they would be on an offensive lineman. They've gone through a lot of, I can tell you this for a fact, over time, where having covered that team since 1990, I've seen many, 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 many instances. Did I say many, Phil? Because I mean many. Where they were planning to do one thing 10 days out of the draft and wound up doing something entirely different. So, I'm sure they're looking at everything right now. And what they wound up doing, I can tell you, I'm sure they don't even know yet.
This time of year, how do you trust the information you're getting? How do you know if it's real or just a smokescreen?
I really don't believe in the smokescreen thing. Like, I've covered the league since 1990. I don't believe people are lying to me. The way that it works is, when you're talking to them, maybe there's a team that likes Jordan Love, and maybe they're just not going to tell you that they love Jordan Love. Okay, that's kind of how I have operated and expected teams to operate. They don't have to tell me everything, and they don't tell me everything. There are certain people though that do share everything because they know that it can be trusted. They're better off actually sharing things. I've said this, than not sharing. Because if they don't share, and I find out, I'm going to use it. If they share and I know it, and they ask me to protect them, then we can do that. And so it's up to them. But I don't think people lie about it. I don't think the team that loves Jordan Love is saying to me, boy, we really hope that Justin Herbert is there as a complete smokescreen. They're just not telling me that they love Jordan Love.
When you look at this Broncos team right now, what do you feel like is the biggest need?
They got a lot of different ways they could go. To me, offensive line is something that they could always address. It wouldn't hurt to add some more defensive backs, maybe another linebacker, perhaps. I mean, do you have ever enough pass rushers? I know they got great pass rushers, but if there's another one, you can always find help there. So they don't need a running back. We know that. They can use another wide receiver. They seem pretty set at quarterback. So, again, you have to go with the best player. You just do.
How did you feel about the Broncos offseason moves? Obviously, they added Melvin Gordon and also a guy like Jarrell Casey.
No, I think that they did some good things here. A.J. Boye as well, so they kind of bargain shopped, got some of these guys for for very little compensation to the other teams. And they came up with some guys that have Pro Bowl pass. And if they can get it out of them, then they should be a much improved team. So I liked some of the moves that they made. And now you just see how these pieces fit together going forward.
You mentioned the quarterback position. What's the league's perception about Drew Lock right now?
I think that they're encouraged, but they want to see more, like everybody else in Denver, right? Like you like what you saw so far. Do you know that he's going to be their guy? They hope that, they think that, but I don't know if they know that. They're very encouraged by that. Even John Elway struggled right away when he played. So you got to give quarterbacks time. It's not an instantaneous process. Like I said, I think people are encouraged with what they've seen so far, and I think that they hope that Drew Lock continues on that trajectory.
Last one for you here. The NFL, with the offseason plans getting changed a little bit, moving to these virtual workouts. Do you have a sense on how teams are trying to structure these workouts?
Look, we've never been through this, so I haven't even thought very much about it. What is their structure? You're on the iPad for 2 hours, you're talking for 2 hours. I mean, what is the structure to it? I don't think there's any structure. I think that you just want as many guys on there, as much participation as possible. I think, Phil, the real challenge this offseason, it'll be interesting. I don't know whether training camp will start on time. None of us know whether it'll start on time. But what kind of shape are guys staying in? What can they do? They're not going to gyms. So I'm sure some guys have gyms in their houses, but I'm sure some guys live in apartments where they can't get into gyms. So what are they doing? So that becomes a little bit of an issue. That becomes a little challenging. And whenever teams do go to training camp, what kind of shape are guys going to be in? Are there going to be more injuries because guys are not in the type of shape that they were? You know what this really comes back to? It harkens back to almost like the 1960s or 70s where guys worked other jobs in the off season. And then they would show up for training camp and get to their football work. That was their football job. And in a way, this is not going to be unlike that. Guys haven't had to do that because they make more money now than before. But obviously, people are very limited in what they can do workout-wise. I'm on my Peloton bike, so I'd like to think maybe I'm in as good a shape as some of your guys out there.
Maybe you'll try out for a spot, huh?
Yeah, if Vic wants me, that's possible. I remember when I covered that team back in the 90s and they were playing in their first AFC championship game. I actually had dreams that week that I was playing on special teams. I was so fired up to cover that game. I had dreams I was on special teams. Like, okay, Greg, whoa. It was a real rush. I enjoyed my time playing special teams. I'm surprised they haven't put me in the Ring of Honor by now.
Hey, we'll put in a good word for you, Adam.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time. Good luck with the broadcast next week.
Be well and stay safe to everybody, to you and everybody on Colorado.